What if I tell you that there's one rule which you follow and you'll be ahead of 99% of the people? And I'm not even exaggerating it. That's how powerful it is. But first, before we dive into it, I want you to understand how I got into this and how I found basically all of these rules that you see on the board. The thing is, with my pursuit of replicating the success from the elites, we're talking about the highly successful people. I mean, rich, the people who have a lot of money, the people who are above 100 million in net worth. And I saw that almost every one of them followed this rule. But what is that rule? Let's dive into it. It is that they are a man of action. If it's a woman, then it's a woman of action. See, in my pursuit of studying the highly successful people, I found that they worked with immense and incredible speeds in a way that they didn't even delay anything. Now, when we think of delaying thoughts, we think about doing something where our brain pings us and it notifies us to do something. I call these mental alarms. And what happens is, whenever we get these mental alarms, we sweep it under the rug. But the highly successful people, what they do is they act on it instantly. Now, I'm not telling you that these mental alarms refer to impulses or desires and they're acting on their desires quickly. No, these are the mental alarms that tell you what's missing in your life and how you can do it better. See, your brain is at your side. It's on your side. And it's giving you these mental alarms that you need to do this and you're neglecting that. Oh, you're neglecting your own health. Oh, take care of yourself. And you get this notification which you can either accept or decline. And most people just decline them. Or they just snooze these alarms till a day passes. And what ends up happening is that a day passes and then another day and then it becomes and it extends to a week. I did this with my own self, even as little as taking a shower or cutting my nails or just or simply going to the barber to get a haircut. I dreaded all these simple tasks. And you know what ended up happening? I swept it under the rug for a day. I told myself I'll do it tomorrow. Then the other day, I told myself I'll do it the night. And at the night time, I would say, okay, I'll do it tomorrow, guaranteed. I confirmed myself that I'll take the shower. It's just gonna take me 5 minutes. But it ended up the cycle repeated, and I call this the feedback loop of hell, because whenever I needed to do a task, this mental alarm pinged me, and I used to snooze them, and I fell into the I'll do it later trap, and I couldn't even do the minor actions. It gave me this agitation where I was frustrated at all times, and I couldn't even think about the problems or the solutions to the problems in my own business. And it got to the point where I was super frustrated and I had this massive brain fog where I couldn't even think about the solution to the problems in my own business. So do not neglect these mental alarms. The elites know this really well. That's why they follow it. And whenever they need to do anything, they do it incredibly quick. They do it right now. All they care about is now. And when we think about delaying things, we think about just postponing things to tomorrow. But they don't even delay things by the next hour. They want to get it done quickly. And that's why they're in business, they're taking more risks, they're starting new businesses, and they're so quick with their actions that they're making strides in a month, which normal people take years to accomplish. And I hear this where people say, "Oh, I have a bad week. Oh, this was a slow month. Oh, the numbers aren't that high this week. Oh, it's not. It's just a bad week for us in business. Well, if that's the case for you, what are you doing to fix it? You need to be taking actions quickly. Even the coaching business has this problem. The coaches, they say it's a bad month, or they blame it on the month or the week. But what are they doing to counter that? If it's a lead generation problem, get to the root of it and fix it. Spend day and night to fix that issue. First of all, identify the issue, and then just spend all of your time, energy, and money in fixing that. Even if it means spending a lot of money, do it, because you need to be back up running with speed, and you need to be a man of action to do that. The same with if your clients are not getting the results, you need to instill action in them. If you're thinking about making content to reach the audience organically, then make a lot of videos, produce a lot of content in batches, so you can just send it to the editing team and they'll get it done. And even with your team members, instill a sense of urgency in them. Always hold them accountable, and always ask them what they did, and always ping them until they get the action done. And the thing is, many people just delegate the task and they just close their eyes and rest, thinking that it's going to solve all their problems and that their team is working at it. But you need to be taking action. You need to bring your sense of urgency, and you need to allow them to have the same belief of becoming a man of action, so that they can get the done quickly, so that ultimately all of you are progressing towards a goal quickly. Now, I'll make a separate video diving into how you can deal with your employees, with your team members, in a way which will boost your efficiency as a coach, and which will really double your outputs with just a few strategic actions, just like I've given you one of the actions to do, which is to act with speed by becoming a man of action and instilling urgency with your existing team members. The same goes with your clients. You need to add a bit of urgency in a way that they become man of actions as well. Because yes, they are your clients, and yes, they have paid you, but that is just work half done. The work is incomplete, and you need them to become man of action as well, so that they can get the results quicker. And imagine if you can get your clients who are in your program that extends to 2 to 3 months, and if they're getting the results within a month, that is great result for you. That is the best testimonial, that is going to boost more word of mouth, that is going to get you more clients in the future. and and you can then reverse engineer how you did that with this client to make your product even better. And you see all the chain of events start to happen once you become the man of action, and then instill the same belief with your team members, with your clients. This is how powerful it is. And once you take actions without any delay, your brain becomes ready to take more actions. And then your brain is at peace, because it knows that whatever you're supposed to do, you'll do it. And now let me tell you why it happens. See, your brain loves a little bit of checklist. And when you think about doing certain tasks, you're not really making a checklist on paper or on a computer, but your brain has a mental checklist. And each time a mental alarm pops up, your brain writes it down inside of your own head. And if you delay these thoughts, it becomes a long and tedious, lengthy page of checklists that need to be done. Your brain also has a mental memory, just like the storage in your phone. Your brain also has this storage, and once these tasks are not done, they pile up and they take the mental RAM. and they slow down the processes that you need to be doing, and all of your brain power that needs to get into your business, that needs to allow you to innovate. All of it is then consumed by this long, tedious checklist that needs to be done, and it becomes a burden. And anything that you neglect ends up filling up this list and clogging up all of your mental RAM, mental memory, in a way where your brain is just crammed with all the stuff that you need to do. And until you do that, you're basically your brain is not going to get freed. And once you do that, it's going to free up so much space which you can then use to innovate. And you might think, why do you need to innovate when you're already getting the money and you already have something that is running for you, and the business isn't that bad right now? But why do you need the money, and why do you need to innovate? Well, innovation is something that is so crucial for your business, and not innovating is why most of the coaches fail. Because think about it, so many people and so many coaching business feel the same to the market. They all feel the same. They all seem to sell the same stuff, say the same things, sell and present the information even with the same way. If you're not innovating, somebody else will, and that somebody will outshine you and outperform you in the long run. And if you don't innovate and you give yourself a few years, they might even wipe the entire existence of your business in a blink of an eye. That is how crucial innovating is. And I've broken down all of these things and how you can innovate your business, your coaching business, in a way where you're headed for success and you're setting up yourself up for success.